Oh, Mr. Potter, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Mr. O'Gorman. Is that you there? You got a sore back, I hear.
Mate, I went to the gym this morning. I've just come home. Actually, I can hardly move. But anyway, that's by the by, isn't it?
Well, it is. These things happen in life. We just have to get over them.
I've had a couple of Valium, so I could be a little slow here, big fella.
That's okay. It's nice to hear you in a laid-back frame of mind.
Well, I love to talk to you, so I've got to keep doing it regardless. Even if I get to heaven, I'll still talk to you directly. Just over the last couple of months, I'll be honest with you, I've had about 6 or 8 people ring me looking for work, and you try to give the right advice because jobs are tough. But I had a bloke ring me. I was in Victoria, as you know, a couple of weeks ago, and a bloke rang me, and I knew his dad, and I said, look, I won't be back, but give me a ring when I get back, and I'll speak to you. Now, last Friday he came in to see me, a lovely kid, 37, and I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I got a job in industrial real estate, and he's working for a bloke, actually, the bloke's now 49, went to Joey's, and the bloke has made a fortune. And I won't mention what he does, but he's made a big quid. And I said, what are you going to do? And he said, well, he's got all these industrial properties which he's bought as investment out in Rosebery, Mascot, Alexandria, all around there. And I said, what's the situation? He said, look, a lot of the stuff is empty. I said, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to be like the boss to look after what's going on. Anyway, he brought in about 6 or 7 folders, and this is what the government doesn't understand. I went through some of the folders, and half the blokes that had moved out of the factories had gone into liquidation or gone broke. So he said, what would you do? What would you do? I said, well, you're going to obviously you're going to be the boss of the whole thing, so you'll be speaking to your boss, but you'll be the coordinator. So he said, how would you approach it? And I said, well, I'm not an industrial bloke, but what I would do is, first of all, you'd ring up the agents that are handling the properties that are vacant to find out what's going on, how the market's going, what your rates are per square metre, all that stuff, so you get a feel for what's happening. And don't drive the agent mad. Ring him once every 10 days or every 2 weeks, because unless he rings you back, nothing much is happening. Okay, he said, that sounds what I want to do. He said, what would you do then? I said, I'll tell you what you'd do then. I said, you'd get off your backside and you'd walk around your Alexandria, Rosebery, Mascot, wherever, and you'd spend 2 or 3 weeks just walking around, talking to people. Some people won't want to talk to you, but most people do. And you might bump into Billy Bloggs and you say to Billy, how are you going? Oh, business is not quite, I'm looking for a smaller factory. You might have a smaller factory. But that's what I said to you last week when I go to the country. I find talking to people is absolutely crucial. And no doubt you're doing the same in your business. Would you agree with that?
Very much so, I do.
I just think, I said, you wander around, then you can talk to your boss and let you know what's going on, what's happening. With the market the way it is, and as I said, I'm not up to date with the industrial market, although I've had a bit of commercial property, and I've just sold a couple of those, and I didn't get what I wanted there. Everything's tight, but if you've got someone to take your property and say, I'll give you a 5-year lease, you might say, look, I'll give you 2 or 3 months rent-free to get them in there. You just got to, you got to entice the people to get in there. But walking around the area, I think, is really essential, so you know exactly what you're talking about. And if your boss rings up and says, what have you been doing? You say, well, I've walked around, I know what's going on, I know it's become vacant, I know what the rates are, maybe we've got to provide a bit of a holiday for a couple of months to get the people involved there. And I spoke to him for about an hour, and he actually brought in a couple of... As he came in the morning, he brought coffee in for all the kids, he knows all the boys in there, he brought in sandwiches, and I just said, let us know how you go. I said, you can only do your best, you can only ask so many questions, and you might even find now it could be a good time to sell, to get your money back and go and buy something cheaper. So I said, that's what you've got to try and do. So that's the advice I'm finding. But I'm just saying the last 2 months, I had a gentleman in last week, he'd be close to our age actually. He's looking for part-time work. So things are tight, but you've just got to keep going. And I'm just saying with the team we've got now, as you know the team now, they're so focused on what they do, they really know what they're doing. You've got to have the right team and you've got to do the right stuff. You've got to get off your backside and go and speak to people so you find out what's going on. So do you agree with that or what?
Absolutely. Great advice from the big fella. And if you want more great advice, you'll get him on 9968 4444. That number again?
9968
4444. Now, the Wallabies are on 8 o'clock on Saturday night. I'm telling you because you'll ask me. And you can watch it, big fella, on Fox and Channel 9.
Who do you think will win that?
I think the Wallabies are going to get up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think
Just got a funny feeling. Just got a funny feeling, and I don't think the James O'Connor thing will hurt them at all.
No. You feel so... I've got to say, look, he's obviously a great player. You feel sorry for him because he's got to be a goose. Like, you know, like back in our day, you just wouldn't do that, mate, because, you know, that's part of your future, isn't it?
No, well, this is the Gen Y thing, and apparently he's being referred to by some people within that camp as the boy drunk. And that's not a very good label to have at his age. And
Well,
you're
how old
very
is he now,
early-
about 20, 21?
21. I mean, you know, come on. It's a
Yeah,
great
I know,
opportunity.
I
The
do
kid
think
should
you-
pull his head in. They're looking for wood. You know, take it easy, son.
Mate, if my old man was still alive, I know what he'd do, don't you?
Absolutely. Don't even do it. This is a family channel.
He'd kick me fair over the goal.
This is a family channel. You can get the dog on 9968.
4444. You have a great weekend, okay?
I will, and we'll talk next week. And you look after that bad back of yours, big fella.
I'll be off the Valium, okay?
See you soon.
See you, champ. Bye, mate.